Kyle, take us through in terms of stretch time and execution. What are some of the things you guys think you need to work on to close these things out?
Um, Giving Kawhi some help. A lot of things we've done is kind of, give Kawhi the ball and get out the way. And he's that talented of a player, but we got to help him now, and we got to do things differently. We got to be pay attention to detail better. A lot of things to work on.
What does the help look like? What is, like you say, attention to detail? What kinds of things are those?
Adjustments. Make quicker adjustments. As players, we got to do it on the floor. Seeing the situation, seeing what we're going on. We just got to make decisions a little bit better, I guess, as players to communicate better.
Did they need the game more than you did?
No. We want to win every single game.
It seemed like you guys were in a really nice rhythm for a lot of the fourth quarter. What changed down the stretch?
They got I think we just kind of got comfortable with Wide taking over and making every shot, and we can't. He's really good at he can do it, but we got to give him some help.
Yeah, and the flip side of that is the Celtics. They had three guys kind of contributing on that run they made at the end. Horford, Irving, and Tatum all were chipping in at times.
Well, I mean, Kyrie's done that to us 2 games in a row here in the fourth quarter, so I say we got to make better, quicker adjustments, quicker.
Nick said there were some coverages that worked on him. When it was working, what kinds of things were you guys able to do?
What covers work?
On Kyrie, he said he felt there were some working at times.
What did you do tonight?
He went crazy down the stretch.
27 and 18.
Yeah, it's a pretty good game. I mean, he's an all-star. He's a talented player. I don't think he had it going all night. He got to his spots, and he played really well tonight.
He gets it going like that. How hard is it to stop him?
Tough when you leave him. When you let him play one-on-one, it's really tough to really tough to stop.
When you guys got back into it, what was going right for you?
Well, got stops, getting out, playing with some pace. Kawhi played great. We made some shots, and Serge made a few shots, but that's about it.
Kind of talked about it this morning. People were asking about stretch time execution. It was good in Washington. Wasn't great tonight. What kinds of things do you see in terms of improvements that have to be made to finish games out?
Stops. Trying to get contests, don't foul at the end. Guys hit some wide open shots at the end of the game. Hilford, Baines got a good look at that 3. Kyrie hit a big, deep 3. Just getting stops and rebounding, and then we could talk about the offense.
Are they a tough team to handle down the stretch because they do have multiple options? I mean, Kyrie's...
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. Shooters, everybody can shoot the ball from 3. Can't really leave them open, and when you got Kyrie with the basketball, it's harder to just leave somebody on the island and play one-on-one. They did a good job tonight. He did a great job.
He hit that deep one. You were on him, and it looked like you were squaring him up, and all of a sudden he rose up. Did he catch you? How much did he catch you by surprise on that one?
The stuff he do doesn't surprise me. You know what I mean? It was a screen coming. We switched the last couple plays. He probably read it, and seeing that he had a second to shoot the ball, and that's what he did. He made it.
Did they get too reliant on you late in the game, your teammates?
No. That's what I have to do. That's what I'm here for. That's what I work for, and just gotta get some movement going rather than just be stationary out there. Even down the stretch, it's not just down the stretch at times. It goes throughout the game. Sometimes when I do have the ball, just no movement and just everybody watching me.
Why are you sensing it's a pretty good rivalry with these guys right now?
I'm not sure if it's a rival. This is my first time playing against them 4 or 3 times this year, so that's something you have to ask those guys.
You talked about stops, Kawhi. What in that late in that third quarter, that fourth quarter, when you guys started to come back, what kinds of things were working to help you get stops? What were you guys doing?
We rebounded the basketball. When we went down, they were getting second chance, third chance to just shoot the ball in the hoop, and we just rebounded.
Well, you mentioned that sometimes the ball will stop a little bit when you. Sorry. You mentioned sometimes the ball will stop a little bit when you have it, the other guys in the court will kind of stand around and watch. What do you guys have to do to kind of change that? Is there trying to run more actions? You have to try to do different stuff to try to create a little more movement?
Just keep playing basketball. I mean, we do it. It's just times we fall in and out of it. So just being consistent, like I've been saying, on both ends.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about the stretch time execution. You're up 3, and like you just can't turn the water off coming home.
Yeah, well, I thought more. Obviously, we didn't. The last 3 minutes of the game got away from us, and I think I almost blame more of it on the offense. I thought we had a really good rhythm and momentum for such a long stretch there offensively, and then we kind of took a couple quick shots and didn't execute a couple things exactly right that we did, like out of a timeout one time, and you can't do that, and that puts you in the scramble back the other way, and I thought we were making some adjustments defensively as we were going there. It was getting a little better. I mean, obviously Irving and Horford were tough on us. And then Tatum hit that big 3, and Kyrie hit the deep one, to kind of put the thing away.
What did you do in the third quarter defensively to turn things around? Because that's when you start.
Yeah, well, I just think the biggest thing that I saw in the second quarter, Jonesy, which was what we talked about at halftime, was our lack of physicality. I just didn't think we were into them enough. I didn't think we were fighting them through screens enough. We weren't fighting for post position enough. We weren't fighting for rebounds enough. It was like, it's not very scientific, but it was a physicality thing. So I think we started playing a little bit more the way we needed to, and did so for a long stretch.
What can you do with Kyrie Irving? This is the second game that you guys have come in here, and he's kind of put the game in his pocket.
Yeah, we're going to have to look. We thought we got to a couple good coverages late there, but then he kind of hit that one in transition deep. That was really we blocked a couple, stole a couple. We were into some good things there, after he had, about 24 or so, that's kind of a light, not a super heavy night for him, right? It's not like he was good. That combination of Irving Horford is something that's difficult to guard, that's for sure.
You mentioned it was the kind of game you sort of expected here to be physical and tough and hard. Do you think you handled it generally well?
Well, yeah, Doug. I think, first of all, we came out ready to go and executed really well. Disappointed in the way our bench kind of responded. That really turned the momentum of the game and then put us in chase mode a little bit. But we didn't, I didn't think we certainly didn't panic. We just kept playing. I thought we started finding some things. We had a session of stalled offense there in the second quarter too, where we just wouldn't move and cut, and that's the momentum and the crowd and stuff. Once in a while get you froze up a little bit like that. But we weathered through that with some confidence and not much panic, and got kind of got back in front and had put ourselves with a chance to win.
That bench group doesn't really have that kind of experience either. That tight game,
yeah.
Intense physicality. They learn from this kind of thing.
Well, I will say this about them: they responded really well the second time around. Right? Obviously, we talked to them at the half and had a big talk to them to start the fourth quarter, and most of it was you got to be aggressive, man. We got to be aggressive and get it up the floor and start punching gaps and hit the paint. And we didn't do that in the second quarter, but we did in the fourth. They did a nice job in the fourth.
You've been using Lowry and Leonard with that second unit, one of them. And tonight you went with Green. What went into the thinking of that?
It was just the matchups a little bit. And just kind of sometimes how it plays out with your rotations and things like that, yeah. Looking back on it, we wish would have done something different. It didn't turn out very good.
Is this a game do they need one of those two in that unit to be sort of to match?
Well, I think it certainly helps them. We got to get to a point maybe where they don't, right? And they didn't seem to last year, right? But it's a kind of a different group of guys, right? But listen. You take the way they played in the fourth quarter, and then they're fine. But if they're going to come out and play tentatively and sit back and be back on their heels, then they're going to struggle against anybody's second unit, right? So it's we're gonna those guys are going to learn from this game. Again, they've had some really good games here as of late, right? Not all of them. There's been some bad ones in there too, but we've got to minimize those moments, and then they got to stop happening. They got to at least tread water. They don't need to be last year's team that puts up plus 15 every time they step on the floor, but they need to, when our first unit goes out and plays well and has a nice command of the game, they need to keep command of it.
You mentioned the way you guys were playing early in the fourth fourth quarter offensively to get back in the game. At the end of the game, were they doing something different, or did you guys just start kind of trying to go shot for shot and forcing it a little bit? Because it seemed like it just turned from moving the ball around to doing stuff to kind of guys just jacking up shots.
We took a couple quick ones, Tim, for sure, right? And then we kind of misexecuted a set out of a timeout, right? And then that turned into a tough possession too, I think. They were just, our execution probably needed to be better, right? We kind of took a couple shots up the floor. I don't know. I might live with one or two of those, but you probably need to explore what had been working, because what we had been doing was working really well.
You used the word tentative. Was Siakam a little tentative tonight for him?
He just didn't seem to. The ball didn't seem to find him much, right? Obviously, they tried to limit his touches. They did a little more switching to keep a body in front of him, and instead of helping on the screen and rolls, etc. He didn't have the ball a lot tonight, except for when he brought it up the floor. So, but yeah, a little bit, but he'll bounce back.